All right, please be seated. Well, first of all, Carol and John would like to have asked me to express their gratitude to all of you that have come here to celebrate this very special day with them. And so, welcome. Thank you for being here. Having said that, of course, we are gathered here today for a reason. We're gathered here in the presence of God, in the company of families and friends, to affirm and support and to celebrate. To celebrate the relationship of Terrell Eisenberg and John Islam. And in so doing, we share their joy and their anticipation as they now unite their lives in the bond of marriage. Because today, Terrell and John dedicate themselves to each other's happiness, to each other's well-being, as life takes. So this is much more than just a little social get-together. This is the declaration of your marital commitment. And that is a commitment that is born of your love, and has evolved through your experiences together, is now being grounded in a promise. Now, we may think of moments like these as magical, right? But I believe that the real magic resides not just in this moment, but as always in the feelings of the heart. And yet, we also know that love has a much broader and deeper meaning than just your personal feelings for each other. Important as those are, of course. But love expresses itself through thoughts and through actions, as well as feelings. In fact, I consider this ceremony to be an act of love. It is a ritual symbolizing that love and symbolizing now a transition into a new state of your life together. Sure, John and Terrell, today you affirm the foundation of love that you've already begun to build for your life together. And that is a foundation that is based on your trust in each other, as best friends, as life companions. After today, life will of course go on in many ways as it has for each of you. But I believe that your relationship will now hold a deeper and an even more significant meaning because of the promises you're about to make to each other in public, in the company of your families and your friends. So I like to think of this moment primarily as an open affirmation of a commitment that in many ways already exists. Your commitment to each other doesn't start today. That's because true commitment, and now marital commitment especially, is something that is always evolving and strengthening over time. Naturally and spontaneously, and deliberately, unconsciously, slowly, and always because each of you devote yourselves to each other's happiness. You stand by each other. You're promised to stand by each other during all of the joys and the sorrows and the ups and the downs of life. Now, a good marriage is both strong and delicate. It requires both negotiation and spontaneity, caring for yourself, while at the same time caring for another. So first and foremost, it includes accepting each other as individuals. You're separate, but you're not separate. You're different, but you're not dissimilar. And so marriage, you see, creates both freedom and responsibility. And within its fabric is woven fulfillment, sometimes disappointment, excitement, sometimes anxiety, security, and sometimes fear. The point is this: I believe it is so important to remember that marriage is a very human experience. which includes the love and the affection and the devotion that you bring to it, and also the challenges that life, of course, will sometimes bring, and that we all share. So, John and Tara, you stand here now, publicly declaring that you choose to share your lives, your hopes, and your dreams with each other for the rest of your days. So let your relationship be one of what I would call interdependence. Interdependence in which neither of you is ever diminished by your marriage, but rather enhanced and nourished by your union. Encourage each other's spontaneity and support each other's interests. And may you understand with compassion, of course. But listen, from time to time, may you also understand with a sense of humor each other's actions and behaviors. You know what we call our little idiosyncrasies. And we all have them, don't we? So I say celebrate your differences and delight in your similarities. Be generous with yourselves. Never cease learning how to communicate openly and truthfully, because you know I believe that is the pathway to growth and to a greater intimacy. So in that light, you should never be afraid of conflict. Being human, sometimes it's just going to be unavoidable. And it can, in fact, help build your relationship. So air your grievances, if you ever have them, fairly and without blame. Listen to each other with care and without prejudgment. And then learn to forgive each other. Because you know, this attitude, I believe, in fact I know, that your marriage will only grow stronger and your love will actually grow deeper as time goes by. Finally, and simply continue as you are. I'm sure I haven't said anything you didn't already know, right? Just keep on being yourselves. Maintain a sense of humor. Take time to be playful. Allow your passion in life for each other to endure. Continue to take time for each other. That's important. Be generous with yourselves. Share both your strengths and your weaknesses. Because remember that each of you is a gift to the other, to be known, enjoyed, and loved. Now, before we have the vows, there is a reading that the two of you have chosen to present at this time. It's entitled Unending Love by Rabindranath Tagore, Bengali poet and writer. And Sharon is actually going to read it in Bengali first, and then Terrell shall read it in English.
তোমারই যেন ভালোবাসি আছি শতরূপে শতবার জন্মে জন্মে যুগে যুগে অনিবার চিরকাল ধরে মুগ্ধর ধরে রাখিয়াছে উপহার কত রূপ ধরে পরিচ বাবায় নিয়েছিস জন্মে জন্মে যুগে যুগে যত শুনি সে কাহিনী প্রাচীন প্রেমের দেখা অতি পুরাতন বিরহ খবর অসীম অতীতে চাহিতে চাহিতে দেখা দেয় শেষে কালের তিনি রজনী বেদিয়া তোমারই চিরস্মৃতিময় রূপকার আমরা দুজনে ভাসিয়া এসেছি যুগ প্রেমের স্রোতে অনাদিকালে হৃদয় আমরা দুজনে পড়িয়াছি খেলা কোটি প্রেমিকের মাঝে বিরোধীদের মনন শরীরে বাঁচে পুরাতন প্রেম আছে আজি সেই চিরদিবসের প্রেম অবশেষে লভিয়াছে রাশি রাশি করে মন মায়ের কাছে নিখিলের সুখ নিখিলের দুঃখ নিখিলের প্রাণের এক প্রেমের মাঝে মিশেছে
poem is called Unending Love. I seem to have loved you in numberless forms, numberless times, in life after life, in age after age, forever. My spellbound heart has made and remade a necklace of songs that you take as a gift, wear around your neck in your many forms, in life after life, in age after age, forever. Whenever I hear old chronicles of love, its age-old pain, an ancient tale of being apart and together. As I stare on into the past, in the end, you emerge, clad in the light of a pole star piercing the darkness of time. You become an image of what is remembered. You and I have floated here on the stream that brings from the past, as a part of time, love for one another. We played alongside millions of lovers, shared in the same shy sweetness of leaving, the same distressful tears of farewell, old love, but in shapes that renew and renew forever. Today, its heat at your feet. It has found its end. The love of all man's days, both past and forever. Universal joy, universal sorrow, universal hope. The memories of all loves merging with this one love of ours, and a song of every poet, past
You want to stand a little bit more in front of me here? Okay. John and Tara, it is time now for you to say your vows to each other. And we know that these are promises that are not made lightly. The spirits of hope and confidence you will now affirm the faithfulness and trust that you have with each other. So these vows actually reflect a deep, abiding commitment that your love, your trust, and your respect for each other will last forever. Therefore, I ask you, Sean, do you take Carol to be your wife? And will you love her and grow with her, and listen to her when she is troubled, support and encourage her, be faithful to her, comfort her in times of sickness and health? Will you care for her as long as you both shall live? All right, Terrell, I ask you now, do you take Sean to be your husband? And will you love him and grow with him? Listen to him when he is troubled? Support and encourage him, be faithful to him, comfort him in times of sickness and health. Will you care for him as long as you both shall live? Now I'm going to ask you to continue facing, and you may hold hands now. At this point, I'm going to ask each of you to repeat after me. And Joanna, I shall begin with you. Ready? I love you, Sarah. And today, in the presence of family and friends, I choose you to be my wife. I will love and care for you, cherish and respect you always. Now, Tara, I love you, Sean. Today, in the presence of family and friends,
Today, in the presence of family and friends,
I choose you to be my husband.
choose you to be my husband.
I will love and care for you,
I will love and care for you.
cherish and respect you always. And now, if you will say simultaneously to each other, this commitment is made with love,
This commitment is made with love,
kept in trust,
Kept in trust.
kept in trust,
and lived consciously every day.
And live consciously every day.
Very good. That's a tall order, isn't it?
You're asking a lot.
But it's a very good one. And I'm sure that everybody here appreciates the depth of feeling with which you obviously made these promises to each other. And I trust you will always keep them close to your heart, just where they are at this very moment. Now the ring, as we know, is a circle, that has no beginning, no end, and no point of weakness. And so the ring, you see, is a symbol. It's a symbol of unending strength. It's the kind of strength you bring to your marriage through the love and commitment you have with each other. And so the ring will serve as a reminder every day of the strength of your commitment to each other and the eternal nature of your love. So with that meaning in mind, we will now witness the giving and receiving of the wedding rings. So Sean, if you will take Terrell's ring first. Place it on her wedding finger. Please repeat after me. Terrell, I give you this ring
Terrell, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love and commitment to you.
as a symbol of my love.
Wear it and know that a part of me
Wear it and know that
is always with you. Now, Terrell, you will take John. Now placing it on his wedding finger, please repeat after me. John, I give you this ring
John, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love and commitment to you.
as a symbol of my love and commitment to you.
Wear it and know that a part of me
Wear it and know that a part of me
is always with you. Now these rings will be a sign to both of you of the promises you've just made to each other. Marriage is grounded in love, of course, and it is also grounded in the promise. They symbolize the bond of marriage, of course, and they shall remain a sign of your enduring faith and love. So wear them with joy and in Christ. Now, of course, marriage is viewed as the union of two persons, two individuals. But in reality, however, marriage is much broader, because it can also be the merging of families, and particularly in this case, the inclusion of children. And so, that being the case, these 5 children, Alyssa, Karen, Ariel, Zach, Lizzie, Terrell and Sean would like to acknowledge them now and to celebrate this inclusion. And in doing so, Terrell and Johan have vows they would now like to express to their children, emphasizing that they too are loved and are an important part of this family.
Melissa and Carrie, I want you to know that I dearly love your mother and consider her my best friend. As you have so graciously shared this wonderful woman with me, so will I share God's love and feel for her with you. I will cherish my life, all of you. On this day when I marry your mom, I commit myself to you, and I promise to love and support you.
Ariel, Zach, and Elizabeth. I want you to know, as you know, that I dearly love your father and consider him my best friend. As you have so graciously shared this wonderful, beautiful land with me, so will I share the love I feel for Annie with you. I will cherish my life with all of you. On this day when I marry your dad, I commit myself to you, and I promise to love you and support you as my own. We are a family.
Very, very nice. Thank you. Now, I would like to say a word to all of you. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Because you're here not only as families, beloved families and friends, but you're also here as witnesses. You've all just witnessed the promises these two have made to each other, right? So I suggest now to you that you have a commitment to them as well. And what is that? Well, it is to stand by them now in their resolve to support them and encourage them along the way, and to rejoice with them in times of happiness and success, starting now. So if all of you agree with what I've just said, would you indicate now your commitment to Terrell and Shine by saying aloud, together, as you applaud, a resounding, heartfelt, "We do." We do. Thank you. Wow, that was very nice.
We have good family.
You do. So, Sean, Terrell, it is certainly an honor to be with you, to be a part of such an important moment in your lives, the wedding. You have on this day raised a warm shelter and a safe haven for your life together. May God bless you and keep you. May the light of God shine upon you. And may the presence of God abide within you. May your years together be long and good on this earth. And may your commitment to each other last all the days of your life. And may your souls remain stable forever. And so now, by the authority vested in me, and more important actually, by the authority of your love and commitment as promised to each other, this very hour, I happily pronounce you now husband and wife. I'm going to be walking out for a little bit. They shall return, of course, but in the meantime, please stay and have cocktails. Start the celebration. Okay?